Okay, everyone, we're going to get started. My name is Christy, and today's webinar is going to be about mastering the load and creation dispatch, essential information for optimal operation. If you've attended any of our previous webinars, you know that we are coming up with themes on a monthly basis. Last month was the address book and why it was so important to go ahead and get that data entered into your address book so that it will help you when you're creating your loads and dispatches. Not only for your shippers and your consignees, but your drivers as well. So today we're going to review and show you why that address book is so important. Again, I'm Christy Camp. I have been working with TruckLogics for going on 2 years now, and I'm passionate about helping our clients make the most of their TruckLogics accounts to manage their business the best and most efficiently as they can. And that's why we did these webinars, so to teach you from beginning to end how to enter the data, why it's important that you've entered the data, and how to create that so that you, at the end of the day, you're in and out of your account, and you can move forward with the rest of your day. So the webinar overview today is going to consist of master load creation and dispatching, creating loads, what information is needed to create that load. Sorry about that, guys. Dispatching the loads, what information is required to dispatch the load, how to assign the driver, and then TruckLogics has this unique feature. It's called cloning a load and dispatches. This is typically very important if you have a dedicated lane where you're going to create loads and dispatches that have the same truck number, the same driver. So the webinar overview is going to be about the mastering the load creation, dispatching, creating those loads, dispatching, assigning those drivers, and again, cloning those loads, which are for dedicated lanes. And that is typically when you have the same driver, the same unit number, and the same A to B dispatch. And then at the end, we're going to have a small Q&A. I do request that you hold all questions until the end. And pertain your questions to this webinar specifically. If you have any support related questions, we have a team that's ready and able. Just give us a call and we'll answer those support questions. We're here Monday through Friday, so we'll answer those questions after the webinar. So let's get started with our demonstration for today. And we're going to switch over to your TruckLogics account, and you'll see your dashboard. This is what typically you see upon login. And like William had told you in the prior webinars, your address book is kind of like the heart of TruckLogics. That will help you create loads and dispatches efficiently and quickly. So we're going to begin on the load. There are several places within TruckLogics that you can actually create your load. The Loads tab module on your dashboard. You can click Add New and add a load or create load here. You're given two choices. You're given two choices of full loads or less than loads. Less than loads are typically something that has multiple loads on one dispatch. So those are primarily with our premium packages. So if you do not have a premium package, you would not be familiar with the less than load, but less than load indicates multiple loads on one trip. So for today's demonstration, we'll continue with a full load. That means you're going to carry the same item to everyone. All right, so you're going to create your load number. And the load number, that is account, it's really your preference. Some clients want their load numbers to reflect the PO number of their customer carrier broker. Some of them want their dispatchers to have their initials in their load creation. Some want the automatic numbering system to just number that, and then you can select that as well. That's why that is important. It's important to set up that so that you can maintain that continuity through your account. So here you're going to be entering a customer carrier and broker. And as you see, it's marked with an asterisk. That is required information. So this, if you don't have it, previously William had shown you in our prior webinars how to add that quickly. And if it's already in your address book, it's going to pop up really quickly once you start typing. If you have that address in your contact, it's going to pre-fill these forms. All you're going to have to do is select the date. A time is optional. If you're wanting your drivers on to be there by 8 a.m., you can enter those times. If it's an open-ended call, that's completely up to you and how you want you and your drivers to communicate about times. It is not a required field, but a date is. And then you can add additional information, pickup instructions, the contact person at the gate, phone number. That is all additional information that is completely up to you and how you want to, how much you want to enter for this load. And then you would click save. Then you would do the same thing for the consignee. Again, the name of the consignee is required. So we're going to enter our trucking. And any consignee entered in there is going to show up. If you don't have one, like I don't, again, you can add it really quickly. You're going to say, I think we have one that's called Toys R Us. Let me go back. There we go. So Toys R Us, that's where we're going to send this. And our shipment full of toys will be into in North Carolina. Again, now on this side, a date is not required because that is optional. But most typically, people do enter a date. It depends on the time frame. This is probably not that far, so you would be able to enter that within a day. You can also enter delivery instructions, contact personnel, phone number again, and there's additional reference and notes that you can add as well. The only required information is ones that are highlighted with that asterisk. And the reason the addresses are so important to enter is because our software uses point A, your shipper, point B, your consignee, to either use in Google Maps or ProMiles to generate your mileage. That's why that address is so important. So if you only receive an address and you don't have a name for a drop-off, it is completely up to you. You can enter, let's say it's going to be toys, whatever's on the shipment. It could be toys, CC for Christy Camp, that I'm the one who did this. You can enter anything for that name. So if you don't have that name, you don't have to name it. You can just give it a name. This is your account. You can do what you like. But that physical address is required. And at this time, that's how our system pulls. So then you would save that. And here you'd see the mileage and the pro miles. So I always recommend entering at least a freight detail because this allows the system to generate a BOL. Typically, drivers just take a picture of the BOL in the field, upload that to their system via the app, and it's immediately available within the TruckLogics account at home base. But for the system to enter that, it needs a description. This is all optional information. You can enter a weight, quantity, length, width, and height if necessary, and a declared value. That would probably be for insurance purposes. That is completely up to you how much information you're wanting to enter again, but at least this description needs to be entered. for a BOL to be generated by our system. Additional information, you can drop the trailer, trailer groups, trailer type, load type, if it's hazmat, oversized, reefer, tanker. These are all optionals. If these do not apply, you do not need to worry about entering that. You could just scroll on down to your hauling fee. We're going to do, you have several options: flat fee, per mile, per ton, bushel. We even have truck order not used in case it's canceled later and you come back and you change it to a truck order not used. So today we're going to do flat fee of $500. A hauling fee must be entered to create a load. And then you have additional fuel surcharges or accessorial fees. You can add more fields if you need. These are all optional as well and can be, it just pertains to that load and what you need. So once we have this generated, Google Maps it's good for your mileage, but it's not true truck route specific. So ProMiles is, and you could see the difference in the mileage. There's some roads that trucks cannot go on, and that's why ProMiles is a better option. So that's why that is there. So let's create this load. Congratulations, you have created your first load. So now the system automatically takes you to the create a new dispatch page. If you're not going to dispatch this today, you can stop here and come back tomorrow and dispatch it at a later time. That is entirely up to you and how you run your business. So, but for today, we're going to show you how to dispatch that. We're going to go ahead and switch to automatic numbering so that our system will be in check with one another. 101 load and 101 dispatch. So we'll create the new dispatch. In here, the dispatch is pertaining to how your items were moved, who's moving it, and where it's going, and when it's getting there. So let's assign a driver. Again, in our previous webinars, we showed you how to enter this information into your address book, which I like to, it's the central nervous system of TruckLogics. Write once, use many. If you already have it in that address book, it's there. And each time you use that shipper or consignee or this driver, they're going to pop up automatically. So let's select us a driver. And here we have several, but we're going to use Krista Smith today. And how do we want to notify her? Now you have two options to notify her, and these are optional as well because the system, once she is assigned, will get a push notification. She'll get a push notification on her app telling Krista, hey, you've been assigned this dispatch. You need to log into your app and get busy with this load. You can assign that now, or you can assign and wait for confirmation. Maybe this driver is an owner-op and they have to accept it and wait until they're off duty of another load. So then you would assign and wait. Then they would get a notification telling them that they've been assigned to a load. They need to confirm they want to accept that. But we're going to assign Krista because she is our person. We're going to give her the truck and the trailer number. We don't have a trailer, so let's quickly add this trailer. We're going to put a trailer web that's added. It's at my business, or you can enter an address where this trailer is. If you start typing the numbers, Google Maps is a useful tool within our software. It will pull up the physical address for you. We're going to use today's date because this is a brand new trailer, and bam, there's our trailer. So let's assign this driver and this equipment. Now this driver will get that notification that she's been assigned and she's ready to go. So that is how the load and the dispatch is created using the required information from your address book. So there's another function within TruckLogics that's very unique to us. It's called cloning. This is for dedicated lanes. Dedicated lanes meaning that Krista is going to drive the same route every day from A to B, and back. She's never going to change. So we can clone this trip really quickly. It'll pull up all the previous load information, and we can even say clone the driver and the equipment. That is to keep you from having to enter all this information again. The only thing you have to update is the pickup date and time. So you can say, okay, well, she's done that today. We know she's going to be ready for a new load on the 8th. We're going to give her till the 9th to deliver that. We're going to clone the driver and the equipment, in which you can see here. It just pulls in that information from that clone, that load 1001, and the system's automatically going to number this because we have our numbering that is required on automatic. So it's going to automatically know to do the next number, number 2. And then you just simply hit clone. And it's that easy. You've cloned your load and your dispatch. It's all done. And so you can go to your load, your dispatch summary, and you can see your driver has already been assigned. So these are the fundamentals of what's required to create a load in a dispatch, and some general information on how to pull that information from your address book so that you can create loads and dispatches as quickly as possible and get on with your day. I also want to let you know that you can sign into the app as the admin who creates this, who's running these, your office manager, your dispatcher. They can download the app and log in with those credentials and create dispatches from their app. It will be denoted by a quick dispatch, QD, so that they can do that from anywhere at the palm of their hand, anytime at the palm of their hand. If you have a mobile device in your hand, you have TruckLogics with you. So to create a quick dispatch, even on the website, you would just go create a new dispatch. You would do this without referring to a previous load, meaning that we're going to do a load and a dispatch together. So that would continue. And then you would enter the same information as you did in the two-step process of A, creating the load, B, dispatching that load. So the same information is required. You would add your customer. Amazon is our favorite customer in the whole wide world. So we're going to enter Amazon. We're going to enter that date. Let's do the 12th next week because we know that Krista is really busy. And we're going to save it. And she's still going to go to Toys R Us because she has a truckload of toys. I mean, you know, kids everywhere need their toys. And so you can then quickly enter this. And instead of having to go to the dispatch tab to assign that driver, a QD requires it all in one step, but it's going to be denoted a little bit different. So we're going to assign our driver again. It's going to give you a warning that they're already assigned to a dispatch. That's okay. It's okay. Just click OK. It's just telling you that in case you want to assign a different driver. It's not going to prevent you from assigning this driver. And let's select our truck and our trailer. You have to have at least a truck. A trailer is not required, but you have to have a truck to, and then you create this dispatch again. Don't forget to enter your hauling fees like I did. And then of course you use Pro Miles to generate your route mileage. And you're going to create the dispatch. And I'll show you how that is denoted a slightly difference than the regular dispatch. And anytime you see a QD, that's the two-step process has been combined. Instead of creating the load and then creating the dispatch, you did it all in one step. And that's how it helps you manage more quickly and efficiently. So those are the things that are required for loads and dispatches. And that is the end of today's demonstration. So It is now time for questions. So if you have any questions, please just type those in, and I'll do my best to get those answered. If we don't have any questions, we'll let you know. We're also going to send a copy of this, so you won't have to worry about losing this, and then we'll send you some additional information. Okay, so we do have a question. It says, will there be a training on routing? Yes, we're going to do a whole series on the entire program. We will have more webinars coming up, but we have broken this down into smaller webinars so they're more teachable. That was for Joy. Okay. You're welcome, Joy. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to give it just a couple of more seconds for any more questions. Again, if you have any customer support questions, you can give us a call and we'll help you with those. So our next webinar is going to be June 14th at 4 p.m. You'll be back with William. He's going to show you some strategies for effective loading creation and dispatching. June is dispatch and load creation, so that is our theme for the month, and we'll focus on that. And here are our upcoming webinars. We have one on June 14th that I just explained, and June 22nd, streamlining dispatching and operations, maximizing efficiency through check calls. And then again on June 30th, we'll be editing dispatching loads, best practices for flexibility and efficiency. And as always, if you have not already, please go to our website, TruckLogics.com, click sign up and get started today for your free 15-day trial. That does not require a credit card for that 15-day trial. You'll hear from us the day after you sign up, a couple of days after that, to see how you're getting along. If you need any resources, we have tons. We can email you how-tos, we have blogs, we have videos, we have webinars, we have our YouTube channel, and of course we have our support staff who can help you. So don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Our number here in Rock Hill, South Carolina is 704-234-6946. Follow us on all our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And that will be the end of our webinar for today. You're welcome, Chris. You have a great day. And again, thank you guys so much for joining us. And look for our emails. We're going to send you a copy of this and a registration link for the upcoming webinar. Go ahead and get signed up for those upcoming webinars, even if you don't know if you can attend at that time, because we always are going to email out a copy so that you can have that. And thank you guys so much, and we hope you have a great day. Bye.